everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here and welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here on the channel, yes, hi, hello, my name is Tuna. I am an illustrator and comic maker from Canada, and here on the channel I share all about my life as a full-time artist. Now, that being said, right now it is Christmas week and I wanted to do something a little bit different just to wrap up the year. I wanted to take you along on some of the fun stuff that I'm doing this week. I am forcing myself to take some time off. My to-do list is not at zero, but sometimes we need to define these boundaries for ourselves even when they don't come naturally. So I've got the Christmas music on in the background, I have the oven preheated, and we're gonna start by making some cookies. And while I get along with all of this Christmas stuff, I'll be interjecting to talk to you a little bit about how my 2025 went and maybe some of what I'm planning for 2026. Like any year, 2025 did have its fair share of failures and disappointments, but for these wrap-up videos, which I'm making more for myself than for anybody else, I try and focus on the positives of what happened during the year, kind of force myself into a moment of pride before jumping into another 365 days of hard work. So, 2025. This was a year of a lot of changes on the fly. A lot of the goals that I had set at the end of 2024 seemed impossible with the wave of unpredictability that came in the wake of a certain political event. So all that considered, I'm a little bit surprised that I managed to pull it all together enough to make 2025 my second highest grossing year as a business in revenue, and that's by a very small margin, but still. I did want to share, last year I did this breakdown for my income as a pie chart. This is the one for this year, and it's actually not too different from the breakdown in 2024, which I thought was interesting. So if you do want more information about that, you can go and watch last year's year-end video where I break down the details of this pie chart a little bit more. But I did want to share some fun facts about 2025. So I vended at 18 markets across 8 cities in Canada. That is 3 more markets than I did in 2024. I completed 20 acrylic gouache commissioned paintings and 80 or more cat cartoon commissions, which is so fun. I really can't wait to do more of those. My highest earning month was May, and my lowest earning months were April and October, and there was a $13,000 revenue discrepancy between the highest and the lowest months. And between online and in-person, I sold 3,000 single stickers and 4,000 sticker sheets. While I am primarily known as a Halloween person, I'm more of a holiday person. I really love Christmas. Growing up, it was always a really important time for me, and then sort of into my early adulthood, things started to get a bit awkward, you know, family, all that stuff. But now that I am a full-fledged adult, I am reappropriating everything that I love about Christmas, starting my own traditions, and trying to hold to them. So baking my grandma's cookies is one of those. If you want the recipe for these sugar cookies, that's gonna be down below. Hi, Mike. I'm talking to the camera. One of the big things that I did this year as well is I finally moved my online shop to a more efficient platform. Before I was using Squarespace, which was like integrated with my just general portfolio website, but it's very limited in its capacity as an online e-commerce platform. So I hummed and hawed for the vast majority of the year, deciding that I needed to commit to, unfortunately, Shopify, which I do have a bit of a problem with, but you know, there's only so many options out there. And I fully moved it over the course of 2 separate shop drops. So very proud of that. And I also sent about 2,500 letters and packages through the mail between my Patreon shipments and my shop orders, and most of which are sent via Canada Post. So a lot of people say, who uses the mail? I use the mail, please. Canada Post workers have finally, I believe, come to an agreement with the corporation, so hopefully we won't have a threat for a strike for a few more years now, and hopefully the workers have been getting more or less what they wanted. Now, anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed watching me bake these cookies. I hope I whet your appetite. Please drop down below and get this recipe. This is my grandma's cookie recipe. It is the best. And it's never too late to make Christmas cookies, even though Christmas is over. You guys have New Year's Eve parties coming up, right? Don't want to miss out on that. But now that we've covered 2025, let's move into what we are doing in 2026. Just so you have a little context for what you're watching, this is my Christmas Eve celebration. Mark and I have started a tradition for the past 5 years of making pizza on Christmas Eve, and we will be doing it in my dad's apartment. But on my way there, I dropped through Granville Island and I stopped by one of my favorite shops, which is a stationery shop called Paper Ya. And the first thing I saw was these click art pens when I walked in. And one of my big goals, as I'm calling them though this year, I'm calling them plans this year, not goals, is to do more drawing in my sketchbook. My latest sketchbook is a disaster. I'm going to be showing you guys that next month, but I really want to repent for that, get more connected to physical media, and just try and have a little bit more fun with art, because a lot of the stuff that I have planned for 2026 is about having fun. I think generally this is a good montage to explain some of my other goals for 2026, or plans. Gotta remember to call them plans. One of them is to get back into some more of my hobbies. I do have a lot of hobbies. I did just pick up rug tufting as a hobby, which I haven't even had time to do since I made 2 rugs about a month ago. But cooking is one of the big ones. I don't know if you've been following me for a long time. I've been posting on my Instagram stories for about 10 years, every single day, little bits and pieces of my day, and I used to post way more cooking, way more food that I had made, that I had plated, that I had put effort and love into, and I just don't do that anymore. I'm eating a lot more takeout, which is just not as good for me, and just getting lazy with freezer food and all that jazz. So I want to try and make more time for cooking. I also have, I can't be the only person who is feeling this way, because I keep getting recommended a million YouTube videos of Zoomers talking about this problem, is I feel like my brain is going a little bit cuckoo with the whole being very online. I've been very online for most of my life, and between the horrors and being exposed to them on a daily basis and the impact of AI on the internet space, I just think that getting back into more offline hobbies is going to be really good for my mental health next year. And I've never really felt the impetus to act on that as strongly as I have been for the past few months. So the turn of the year feels like a good time to plan to be a little less online. And on that note, books, video games, more movies and TV, stuff that's more intellectually stimulating. I don't even mind YouTube videos or reading stuff online like on Wikipedia or whatever, but just getting out of the infinite scroll loop. And then, yeah, hopefully more cooking time and more writing time. I haven't done any writing in a really long time, and I will be making a comic for 2026, so I think that practicing my writing is going to be very beneficial as well. This pizza was super money. We did 2 pizzas. One was just pepperoni, and then this one's half meat lovers, half blue cheese. So good. Okay, hello, here I am in the flesh. I've been talking to you from here this whole time, but I am in fact here. And there's a few more things I wanted to go over in regards to 2026. I do have some notes which I will be glancing at, but for the most part, I'm going to be speaking from the heart here because I haven't given it as much thought this year as I usually do, because I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. And I think one of the main things going into next year is I'm really grateful for my business and how it's grown over the past decade. But one of the things that's been haunting me is that even though I have been making more money recently than I did when I first started, I still have to work really, really hard. I feel like at some point I figured that, things would finally slow down. I'd have more free time. My hours would be worth more than, they were when I started. But with the cost of living having risen so much in tandem with that, it always feels like you just can't quite catch up. And while I'm in a position that my finances are quite stable, I think that it's a good opportunity to try and pull back a little bit to give myself as an artist more time to make art. So one of the first things heading into 2026 is I have a art show coming up, which I think is in March. We're kind of loose on exactly when it's going to start, but we do have a deadline of February 20th to submit the art for the show. It's a group show between myself, David Camisa, who is also here on the YouTubes if you want to go check out his videos and his amazing work, and Megan, who goes by Dead Kitty. She is a really talented painter. Both of these two are really talented painters, and so I want to commit pretty much all of January and some of February to producing a body of work for this 3-person exhibit. It's going to be taking place at Liquid Amber Tattoo, which is a tattoo studio here in Vancouver, and I'm supposed to submit between like 5 to 10 pieces of art. Obviously that's a really big span. We will see how much I can complete in this relatively short period of time. But what I'm doing by committing my time to this is I'm committing my time to something that is not generating revenue for my business right away, which is a really scary thing to do. Sometimes it's the same like with designing the Nori plush and paying for it out of pocket. Like I don't know if people are going to buy it. I'm designing it and spending that time that is unpaid work, but this is me committing like the better part of an entire month to that. But I'm in a position where I can, and I feel like it will be very personally fulfilling to do so. So I'm gonna do something scary, and I'm going to make that sacrifice. As I mentioned earlier, I also have plans to complete a comic. This is largely because I really want to attend the comic festivals here in Canada, the VanCaf, the TCAF if possible, and I've already, as I mentioned in the last video, been accepted for MCAF, and I really want to show up with a new comic, so I have the basic outline written out. But I don't know if you've ever made a comic before. It is like a 5+ hour per page commitment. And I don't even remember how long the comic that I was planning was. Maybe like 24 pages, kind of like a single floppy issue. That's gonna take me probably several months to complete. So that's gonna be more work, more time out of my very limited amount of time that I'm funneling into a project, with hopes that people will like it and with hopes that I will generate some sort of a profit selling issues in the future. So yeah, we're calling it personal enrichment time. I also would love to try and find ways that the business can make money without me having to be super active with it. I don't really have a ton of passive income streams, and I don't feel that I've set myself up to have very many passive income streams right now. So just trying to create a little bit more sustainability and maybe start planning for like my 10-year in the future plan as much as one can do so in this ever-changing world of ours. Because I'm gonna get old. I'm still youthful, but I'm starting to get into my old era, and I know that traveling the country doing conventions isn't something I will be able to do forever, but maybe if I treat my body better, I will have a better time of being able to do that for a longer time, because I have not been treating my body with very much respect recently. It feels like this is a good time to start setting my life up for the next chapter, because if you remember, I'm gonna get married in 2026 as well, and while that's not exactly changing my life or my lifestyle in any way, it feels like a little moment in time to kind of start building onto. You know what I mean? Running a small business often feels like you have those like sticks with the plates that are spinning around on them, and you have to keep running around and like keeping the plates spinning, and if like one plate falls, then you lose your concentration, and then other plates start falling. And I've always said that like I'm like a shark, and if I stop swimming I will die. If I stop working I will die, and it's hard for me to find the balance in my life as a result. Go check the tapes. Go watch the last several years of my life here on the channel talking about probably the same issues. Is it ever going to change? I don't know. As long as you stay focused on the stuff that's important to you, I feel that the decisions that you make will impact your life in a way that drives you towards, there is no end goal. The end goal is dying. So it drives you towards each next step in your life that you hopefully can enjoy it to the best of your ability. I'm not sure that I have anything more to say on that note, but if you do have any questions, comments, concerns about what I've talked to, maybe like you relate to some of what I'm saying, maybe you have a better solution to some of the problems that I've been bringing up, or if you just want to share something that you're excited about in 2026, I would love to hear about that as well. But otherwise, let's just give a quick shout out to everybody who has spent this year helping to support my business and this channel over on Patreon, in my snack pack and lunchbox clubs. All of these names that you see here have been contributing this whole entire year. I wanted to put everybody who has contributed to the channel over the course of this year. This could be $1, this could be hundreds of dollars, because I want you to know how much I appreciate every single one of you. Even if your support is temporary, I know that life is very confusing and changes a lot, and the fact that you made the decision to give a little bit to me so I can keep doing this, keep making stuff, keep sharing it with you, is something that I fall asleep at night thinking of. So thank you so much to everybody who is here on this list. But if you did want to get your name on this list, there are a few more days left in the year, in the month, which means there are a few days left in our Lunchbox Club cycle, which is the Winter Wonderland cycle, Winter Cabin, Winter Woods. So I have for you 2 sticker sheets, one regular sort of sticker sheet with a camping in the woods sort of theme, and one very unique sticker sheet where I was kind of going for an illustrative take on a sticker sheet featuring some very cute little winter birds. I also have a single sticker and a patch of the same design, a Mary Lou design. Again, sorry if I mispronounced that. So if any of these items interest you, you can sign up at the $10 or $25 tier over on Patreon in my lunchbox clubs to receive these rewards right to your door come January. And truth be told, it is Saturday, 27th of December. I am putting this video up tomorrow, and I have not even started on the rewards for January, so never a dull moment. I will be hitting it hard Monday and Tuesday to try and get all that stuff finished and launched to share with you on January 1st, because I am only human, and here I am being human in front of you all here today. So that being said, stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I hope that 2026 is magical for you. Bye!